What's good, guys? My name is Arnimane, and today I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions on the Xbox One conference. Let you guys know what I thought of it in general, my likes, my dislikes, and also what I thought was going to happen before the conference actually started. So without further ado, let's get underway. Now, before the conference started, I thought to myself, who is going to win E3? Who's going to take the cake, just destroy the competition? And I honestly thought it was going to be Microsoft. I thought they're just gonna blow Sony away and Nintendo away. Well, everyone's gonna blow Nintendo away. Then what does Wii U have? Anyways, getting off topic already. But I thought they were just going to destroy the competition, mainly because with their little, I guess you can call it teaser conference they had back in, I think it was February or somewhere around there, they showed off the minor stuff, at least minor stuff to the gamers anyways. They showed off the TV stuff, they showed off the sports stuff, and they didn't really show anything interesting, like other than showing off what the console looks like, and I think a couple racing games, but stuff in general that wasn't very interesting. And because of that, I thought that they were going to just, unleash everything at E3, everything that they had to throw at Sony and Nintendo. But to me, the actual conference itself was kind of lackluster, really boring. I find myself like watching the thing, and it's like, I could be watching something else on YouTube that would be a lot more interesting than this conference. But of course, me being, an enthusiast for console gaming, I wanted to sit there and learn everything and make sure I understand everything and all that stuff. But the games that they showed off and the features they showed off was very lackluster and very uninteresting. Like, I don't know, it kind of lost me. Like, a lot of the games that they showed off didn't interest me at all, really. I mean, like, sure, the graphics and stuff look freaking phenomenal, but I mean, at the same time, PS4 can do the same thing. But even PCs can do the same thing. But uh, nothing really pulled me into being like, oh my god, I want to get this game. I have to get this game. There's only out of everything that was shown off at E3 for this conference, I think there was like three things that was relatively interesting to me. They showed us, which I think is like the key point right here for me to want to go and get an Xbox One, is Titanfall. Titanfall looks to me fucking phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, and like I kind of expected it to be a really good game, but at first when I heard it was like a mech suit fighter shooting game, uh, it kind of lost me there because I'm not a fan of mech shooters and stuff like that, like Armored Core and shit. I did play a bit of Armored Core back when I was younger, mainly because my friend enjoyed it and that was the only game he had, so I'd play it with him, right? But those kind of games don't interest me, and that's why originally, Titanfall was just one of those games where I was like, whatever. It'll just be one of those games that I may pick up just to play once or twice, or rent or borrow from a friend, which we'll talk about renting and borrowing very shortly. But like after seeing the gameplay and I was just blown away because it still has that very fast-paced Call of Duty feel to it, at least from what they showed us anyways, and it's the seamless integration of the mech warriors being able, or the mech suits being able to jump in them just really fast and wreak havoc, and it still feels like a first person shooter. You still have a gun in your hand. It just feels like all it is that you're in a huge giant suit and you still have your gun and all that stuff. And I'm hoping this game does really well. Like, it is a top contender to taking out Call of Duty. Not that I want to see Call of Duty taken out, but I do love to see competition because competition makes for better games. If Call of Duty had a competition that was neck and neck with them in terms of sales and gameplay and enjoyment, I'm pretty sure that we would get better end results for Call of Duty every year. But moving on, I really hope that this game just, like I said, goes neck and neck with Call of Duty and really pushes Call of Duty to become something bigger and better just because of the fact that Titanfall is really no neck and neck with them. But one can hope and dream. uh, but the last thing that was kind of interesting to me, but really really lackluster, was the Halo 4 announcement. Now, basically, what happened was a woman came out, started talking about Halo and how awesome it is, and then they pretty much said that Halo 5, or they didn't even call it Halo 5, is in development for Xbox One, and it will be at 60 frames per second, which is actually phenomenal because a lot of the top shooters right now, Battlefield and Call of Duty, are at 60 frames per second, while Halo is at what, 30 or something like that. It's not up to par with today's first-person shooters. So, or high-end first-person shooters, I guess you can say. Not saying that Halo isn't a high-end first-person shooter, but but anyways, that was it. Like that's all I was said. Halo 5, or the next Halo, will be on the next-gen console, and it's 60 frames per second. That's really all I took out of that. What she said, and it was very brief, like 5 minutes or something like that. And it was kind of like that. Kind of sucks to me because I was kind of hoping to see something, like even a 30-second teaser trailer. Just Master Chief standing on something, and you see the galaxy in behind him or whatever, the sky, the sun glistening off his helmet, showing off the capabilities of Xbox One's graphics and abilities and stuff like that, and then just say Halo, next gen Halo coming, or in development, or coming next year, or whatever. But we didn't even get that. It was very lackluster, and that kind of really sucks. But I mean, like I said, I am excited for the title. I just wish they, presented it a lot better. But as for everything else, games wise, like that was it. That was all that I was interested in, and nothing else. One thing I don't think this was spoken about at E3, or at the E3 conference, but talking about being able to trade your game and online checking, or checking in online every 24 hours. And my opinion on that, it's dumb. I think 24 hours you have to check in, stupid, unnecessary. Okay, if you were going to take that route, it should have been a little bit more lenient, maybe every 7 days or something like that. 24 hours seems to me like it's an overkill. They're trying really hard to protect their or their games and stuff like that. But like I said, it just seems like an overkill. Every 24 hours just seems, I don't know, kind of ridiculous, and it's every hour for if you're playing on someone else's console, which again, that's like hella overkill. But anyways, and not being able to trade in your games to retail, or lend it to or lend it to a friend, and with expecting to get it back. You can't. You can only trade your game once. So if I give it to a friend, he cannot give it back to me. He cannot give it to any of his friends, which is kind of, like I said, dumb. I don't like that because I don't feel like there's a sense of ownership. I don't feel like I'm actually buying the disc to play it. I don't feel like it's mine. If I buy something, I should be able to play it how I want, when I want, and not have to check in online every 24 hours. And if I wanted to trade it for another game to one of my friends, I should be able to do that. I should be able to take it in to a retail and get a third of my money back, or less, because usually they screw you. But it feels like as if, how do I explain this, like I'm a 16-year-old child, and Microsoft is my parents, and they're holding my hands, telling me what I can and can't do with the products that I bought from them. And I personally think that's really retarded. It feels like, I don't, like I said, it feels like I don't own it. It feels like I am putting these games on my credit card, and I have to make monthly payments, like until it's like buying a car. You don't own that car until it's paid off. That's what it feels like to me. I know I don't actually have to keep paying for the game, but you get my point. You get my analogy. At least I hope you do. And it really really sucks. But the last thing I want to talk about is the pricing. Now, the pricing did not surprise me. In case you did not know, it'll be $499 to purchase the console, which I kind of expected because Microsoft has all these exclusive deals with publishers, developers, and the things on their system, like what was it, the ESPN or TSN or whatever the fuck the sports shit is, and the TV stuff, and all that is extra hardware that could help make the pricing a lot higher, and not to mention it's all bundled with the Connect. I think that's one of the main points as well, as to why it's such a high price. I don't think it's a high price, but a lot of people think it's a high price. The Connect. If you buy a Connect now, what is that? $100 itself. So there you go. To me, that would be why it is $4.99, because they bundled it all with Connect. And that's another thing. I don't understand why Connect is required. I'm not going to use Connect with Call of Duty, but I think that's something for a whole nother fucking video. But I'm running out of time here. But long story short, $4.99. Something I saw coming, just because all that Connect and exclusive deals and extra hardware and software to run their ESPN stuff and their TV stuff and all that other stuff. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know what you guys thought of the Xbox One conference. What are you expecting to what are you excited the most about for Xbox One? Let me know down in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. And of course, subscribe to me if you haven't already. And as always, stay dirty.